What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's episode we need to continue from where we left off in yesterday's video. As you guys can see, basically we're talking about how we've pretty much completed the relief rally on a lot of the major cryptocurrencies here, and basically to not panic, as there's a good chance now that we're going to start to see a bit of consolidation and a bit of pullback to the downside, which shouldn't come as an alarm, as this is pretty much necessary and healthy. So as you guys can see, we're going to be covering XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as VONG, which is the Russell 1000 and the S&P 500. Now, keep in mind, today is Friday, so it's going to be interesting to see whether or not we have much more movement over this weekend, but I do strongly believe that probably we are good for today, and we're not really going to be seeing much come until maybe Monday morning here. You can see XRP specifically, as great as it is that we managed to rally outside, I don't even want to say rally, but break outside of the major resistance here, we're still kind of stuck. We're still kind of at this resistance where we are in a problem zone, where we're having a bit of a difficulty breaking through that moving average. The goal is to get above this and start to head to the upside here. So we'll see if that actually happens. But for right now, we are kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Volume has kind of steadily cooled off, and we are hitting a bit of turbulence here. It's not just XRP. Solana is hitting moving average, and there's a good chance it might start to cool off as well, as we've kind of hit our target range. Ethereum doing something similar, also hitting its price ceiling, hitting a bit of resistance, and probably not going to be breaking through at this moment. Bitcoin has exploded to the upside, which certainly looks excellent, as this wasn't a descending fractal. We confirmed closure above this major price ceiling and exploded to the upside here. But you can see we're also nearing overbought on the relative strength indicator, so this does indicate possible correction to the downside here. And then VONG and the S&P, as great as it is that we've rallied now up and into these possibly these solid supports, I don't even know if this would be considered one. It certainly could be. I don't know for sure if we would consider this. I'm asking you guys here. Would you consider this to be support? We did have this crazy drop to the downside, but either way, we don't really need it here. But you can see here, we are pretty much going to open where we closed yesterday. So not too much across the board. But with that being said, smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get right into today's episode. So guys, before we dive into the technical analysis, remember Bitunix is giving away free cryptocurrency to the first 100 users that sign up with the link at the top of the description down below. This is super cool. We've added a new exchange to the channel to check out and to test, and basically to kind of not leave all of our eggs in one basket. We've had exchanges disappear in the past, and I don't really want to deal with that again. Not to say that BYDFI would do that. They've been running strong and it is excellent, but just to kind of take advantage of other opportunities, as well as all these other exchanges offer kind of free cryptocurrency all the time with new promos. So if one exchange isn't doing one, might as well check out the other one here and just move funds around. It's that simple, just arbitrage it here. But what's super cool is for the event number, they have two different events, but first event, they're giving you free cryptocurrency, which can be leveraged, which is excellent here. And then they have event 2, which means on certain deposits, you can get almost 50% back on your deposit, which I think is excellent here. This is a way to get a ton of free bonus cryptocurrency. That's like 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades with a little leverage can get you free bonus cryptocurrency. It's pretty much that easy. So definitely make sure to check out Bitunix down in the description below. We'll check them out later on in today's episode here. But as you guys can see, markets are consolidating. 52 on the Fear and Greed Index are finally at a neutral level. Cryptocurrencies have been up double digits for the most part here. And as you guys can see, since like yesterday, from Thursday, we've pretty much been consolidating across the board, not seeing anything too spectacular, which is certainly good, as we've had quite the explosive rally and market over the past couple of months here. So the fact of the matter is, we're starting to finally consolidate out right now. As you guys can see on XRP, we've had quite a lower high, lower low pattern, consistently sliding lower and lower and lower. And for the first time, we've managed to almost reverse this and start to head up. You can see this downtrend that we've had a very big problem breaking through, and we're starting to do that right now. We've only done it once in the past, and we immediately closed below it. But for the first time since it started back in January of 2025, we've managed to break through it and have had consecutive days to trade outside that resistance. So what we're looking for is hopefully we'll probably rebound off this support here and then break through that moving average and head to the upside here. This is truly the pattern that we're looking for, as this would go in line and confirm our beautiful head and shoulders pattern that I still think is happening and taking place on XRP. You guys, some of you guys are back and forth with it, but I still believe there's a very good chance we could see something like that form here. That's what I'm waiting for. I don't think we have the volume yet to really push us higher, but I do think good things are going to come for XRP and these major cryptocurrencies, so I'm excited for that. When this does decide to breach through the moving average, we'll take advantage of the trade on Bitunix, because as you can see on the futures right here, Bitunix offers XRP. Where did it just go? Here we go. XRP to leverage trade. And as you guys can see, for the first time, we've actually managed to breach just a hair above this major resistance for the first time. And this is excellent news. If this keeps up, we should be able to inevitably start our run to the upside and kind of do what we've done in the past here. We're looking for this. We're looking for this kind of movement here to take place. And there's a very good chance it's going to happen. So definitely pay attention to that. Bitunix offers a lot of really cool features on here. You can see you can buy cryptocurrency. They have different markets, futures, spot. You can earn, copy trade, campaign center, task center, and referral bonus, obviously, for you guys to check out. So definitely make sure to check them out, though, down in the description below. Anywho, moving forward from XRP, we have these other cryptocurrencies, which are very much so exploding to the upside here. What I'd call a relief rally. This has been happening on the markets here. It looks excellent. We've been in this lower high, lower low pattern here, getting constricted, and we started a reversal. Instead of lower lows, we now started a higher low pattern, which is excellent here. Confirmed closure outside resistance, now starting to extend to the upside. Retesting moving average right now. That is at its highest point, which is why I think all these cryptocurrencies are probably going to take a step back and probably going to consolidate. And once we do consolidate, there's a good chance we'll come back down just a little bit here. I do expect us to reject and come back down a bit. Obviously, anything can happen, but because we're nearing overbought on the daily charts, I do strongly believe that we will see this before we head up even higher. Although anything's possible and we could see this explosive rally, I just don't think the markets are really ready yet to handle any more uptick in the markets, if that makes sense. Ethereum here hitting price ceiling at 1,800. I do believe we will break through that, though. There's a good chance. This is like the one crypto that's been pretty undervalued and also forming the easiest technical indicator and pattern for us to, to track here. You can see we've been in this lower high, lower low pattern consistently and had no luck breaking through that price ceiling that's been on this since December of 2024. And for the first time, well, in a long time, not the first time, but in a long time, we're finally coming back up to retest moving average and price ceiling. What we're looking for is a confirmation closure above both of these, and then we should rally up to moving average. If not, if we start to see markets consolidate, we'll be able to short this to the downside as well and take advantage of that on Bitunix. Bitcoin looks great, swinging to the upside, but I do think it's going to cool off as well. It also, what's interesting, is hitting a horizontal resistance here right around this level here. Certainly shows signs of previous problems in the past, and we're coming back into contact with it again. So this also might not hold that well. Vong looks good, closing outside downtrend here. I do believe we should be on the up and up next week, but I do think we should see. It's interesting. I do think we look good on the crypto markets here, but I do think we're in like a healthy situation right now where even though we did have these major dips to the downside, it's old news now, and I do think we'll slowly start to venture higher. I think it's slowly but surely going to extend our reach back up. I do think I need to clean up the S&P chart just a little bit here because of how it's not too clustered. It's certainly, we'll delete some of this stuff just to make things a little bit easier for us to kind of pay attention to. I think it's hurting my eyes a bit with all these indicators and graphs here, but you can see we're undervalued on moving average on the daily charts here, but we are coming into contact with support. I'm going to delete that as we pretty much figured that one out. And it's pretty healthy with these descending fractals, you can see. So I wouldn't be surprised if this then offers some sort of reverse rally fairly soon. But that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.